Well, on a much lighter note, the excitement building at the 2014 Winter Olympics in Sochi. They're now just 22 days away. And as we count down the days, we are taking a look at how the games changed the life of a local Olympian. Jordan Burgess looks back at his Olympic moment and how it led him to a job he never thought he'd have.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
Wayne Siebold's long journey to Olympic stardom began with a short walk.
This is where it all started.
You wouldn't think the road to the Winter Olympics would go through a town without an ice skating rink. But Wayne says he and his sister Kim had two things going for them. One was the Idlewild roller skating rink that was within shouting distance of the Marion, Indiana trailer park where they grew up.
This is where we learned how to jump and spin and do lifts.
The other was their parents, who did their own heavy lifting to make Wayne and his sister's dream a reality.
My sister and I didn't sacrifice a whole lot. I mean, we loved what we were doing, but our parents sacrificed a tremendous amount. I mean, they lived in a trailer to be able to pay for our skating.
But the hundreds of miles, thousands of dollars, and countless hours seemed like they wouldn't be enough when the Siebold's struggled at the 1987 U.S. Pairs Figure Skating Championships.
Because we were fourth, a lot of our funding was cut.
That's when the city of Marion stepped up to raise $40,000 so the Siebold's could continue training.
They illustrate the best of our young people.
But the Siebold's still had to finish in the top three of the U.S. Championships in 1988.
15 years of work came down to 4.5 minutes.
With an entire town behind them, the Siebold's delivered an Olympic-worthy performance.
When we saw the scores come up and realized we got the third place, it was just like this, whew.
With the weight lifted off their shoulders, the Siebold's enjoyed their experience at the '88 Olympics in Calgary.
We went and just had a great time and probably skated the best we've ever skated in our lives.
They finished 10th, but would always be first in the hearts of Marion's residents.
We got as much press, or probably more, than we would have if we medaled.
As the father of 3 boys, Wayne has some newfound fans of his Olympic performance.
And now we're reliving it, and so they go, who's that guy with hair and no weight?
After his skating career, Wayne moved to L.A. and produced ice skating shows until his Olympic journey carried him back to his hometown of Marion and the one job with nearly as much thin ice as figure skating, mayor.
I do tell people when they go, well, how do you deal with all the, the politics of politics? Well, yeah. I go, let me tell you something, it's nothing compared to the politics of skating.
In his 11th year as mayor, Wayne has helped bring jobs back to a town that has seen its fair share of factories close. One of those successes is opening across from the trailer park where he used to live. His parents' old trailer is still there, and so is that road to a brighter future.
Hopefully now with this new 500 job factory, maybe this will fill back up, and who knows, maybe another couple Olympians will come out of here.
Listen to the crowd in the saddle room. What do you think of them now, Marion, Indiana?
And Siebold says he's looking forward to watching this year's Olympic figure skating as more great stories will emerge.
Oh, Jordan, I love it. That was a fun story. So aside from the changing hairstyles,
yeah, a little bit.
What does he think of skating now compared to then?
Well, he says a lot of things are the same, but it's a little more complicated. He said he used to have trouble doing 3 rotations in a spin, and now they're doing 4 rotations.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but the judging's about the same.
That's right. Yeah, he said you just do your best and you kind of leave it to them, and sometimes you benefit, sometimes you don't.
You talk about politics. Good story. Thank you. And Channel 2 and NBC will be your exclusive home for the Sochi Winter Games. Our coverage begins February 6th. The opening ceremony set for February 7th.